Hello, welcome back. Cosmic. We left it with Liam trying to persuade Florida it's a good idea to go to China with him. Let's see how he gets on. She was still saying no when the lesson was over and we were hurrying through the Strand. I said, "Hey, do you want to go to Booze and News and look at the magazines like we used to?" "No, I've got to pick my little brother up from the childminders." "I didn't know you had a little brother." "You don't know a lot of things." Florida's brother is 3. He's got loads of curly hair, and when we picked him up from the childminders, he's wearing an anorak with his hood pulled up really tight round his head and carrying a stick. "He's a knight at the moment," said Florida. "The hood's his helmet, the stick's his sword. If I tell you you're a dragon, he'll kill you." The little boy held my hand. "What's your name?" I said. "Orlando. My mum and dad went there on a honeymoon. Orlando in America. It's where Disney World is, and SeaWorld, and Magic Kingdom." "This place I've won tickets for. It's better than all those places." "How do you know?" "Because it's got this ride called the Rocket. It's the greatest ride in the history of the world." "Why don't you get your own dad to go?" "He doesn't want to. Anyway, I'm the dad. That's the whole point." "Liam, look. You look a bit old for your age, but no one's really going to think you're my dad. I'm only 3 months younger than you, and you don't act like a dad. Dads don't steal fast cars." "I didn't steal it, I sat in it. Anyway, I've been studying." "Liam, what are you on about?" "I've been getting dad skills. I've made a scientific study of my dad. I've copied all the playlists off his iPod onto my phone. Look, Oasis, 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 Oasis. I've learned the lyrics to all the song, and I can sing like a dad. Listen." "What?" "I've been monitoring his conversation and his lifestyle too, so I can talk like a dad. You want to hear?" "I already know what dads talk like. Dads say, 'What time will you be home? Don't be late. I'll come and pick you up.'" She turned to face me. "My dad takes an interest. He takes care of me. I go off to some theme park. He's going to notice." I butted in. "Aha, now. I've taught her that. I've written 2 letters. I got them out of my little stars folder to show her. One, supposed to be from your mum to the school, saying you've got to have your appendix out. The other one, which is on proper school notepaper, is from the head of year, saying you've been specially selected for a gifted and talented trip to the Lake District." We were turning the corner into a little close. A couple of lads were playing football and Ibiza was sitting on the wall. This must be Florida's house, and I still hadn't persuaded her. She was opening the door now and letting Orlando and Ibiza in. I wondered if her dad was in, but no. "He's busy," she said. "Real dads are, you know." She closed the door on me. To be honest, this was proving harder than I thought it would be. I gave it one last shot. I pushed the school letter through the letterbox and shouted after it, "Read it! It's brilliant!" As you may be aware, Waterloo High for a long time has had a relationship with the South Lakeland Activity Centre near Kendal. The possibility has arisen for some specially selected Year 7 pupils to attend a gifted and talented course at the centre. Activities at the centre include kayaking, abseiling, walking, pond dipping, dry stone walling and nature study. Your child is one of a very few chosen for a place. This will be fully funded by the Education Authority. It will be free. We strongly urge you to allow your children to benefit from this once-in-a-lifetime experience. Please sign the form below. After a couple of minutes, Florida opened the door again. Thought she'd be impressed. She said, "All this to go on a ride?" "Well, there's more than one ride in the park's not in Bootsle, you know." "You have to get there. All the transport sorted though. I think they're sending a limo." "A limo? What, like a real limo?" Now she was interested. "Yeah, a limo, you know, like celebrities go in." "Where is this theme park?" I said, "Well, you know, it's down south. You'll need your passport for ID and stuff. You have got one, haven't you?" I waited. Eventually she said, "I'll think about it." I think it was good strategy just to say down south and not how far down south. I didn't quite say a long way south, and I certainly didn't mention it was a really long way east in China. Next chapter, hello, lucky winners. It's no good just talking like a dad. You have to dress like one too. So on Monday night, I had a look in his wardrobe. Dad wears the same jeans every day except for Sunday, even though he owns 4 pairs. One pair was too tight on the waist. One was from when he was trying to wear more interesting colours. They were an unusual shade of custard. They would have been good for a chameleon planning to hide in a trifle. I know Dad wouldn't miss them, so I took them along with Talk to Your Teen and stuck them in the special waterproof outdoor activities backpack Mum bought me thinking I was going to the Lake District. At 7:20 on Tuesday morning, I text Florida, "Limo here." 10 minutes later, she was knocking at the door. "Where's the limo then?" she hissed. "I knew you were making it up." "Hello, Florida," said Dad. "You going on this trip too?" "Yes, Mr. Digby." "I'm cooking some bacon. Do you want some while you're waiting for the minibus?" "Minibus," said Florida, glaring at me. But just as she did, the transport arrived. It slid round the corner like a glossy shark. A long, black limo. "Blimey," Dad whistled. "School geography trips have changed a bit since my day." "It's not a geography trip," said Mum. "It's for gifted and talented pupils. Did you read the letter?" "Yeah, but I didn't realise he was that gifted. Oh, that talented. I don't know Florida was gifted at all." Florida snarled. Mum said, "Of course she's talented, don't you remember? She was Sophie in the Big Friendly Giant, and she remembered all her lines. What's that smell?" "Oh, me bacon." Dad ran back into the kitchen. A man was getting out of the limo now and opened the back passenger door. People up and down the street were looking out the front doors and peeping out behind the curtains. Florida said, "Let's go." I said, "Yeah," and kissed my mum and shouted back to me dad. Then we climbed into the back of the limo. I looked back for a second at my mum and dad in the doorway with the bacon smoke blowing from the door behind him and the smoke alarm blasting away. Mum shouted, "Look after him, Florida." And I said, "See ya." I didn't think that maybe I wouldn't see him again. And that would be the last sight of him. I've thought about that since though. It wasn't some hen night stretch limo, by the way. It was a quite nice black Audi Quattro. There was a really polite sat-nav. Dad's sat-nav just goes left, right, stop. And it sounds like an alien stormtrooper who's hijacked your car. This one had a fluty girl's voice and it said please and thank you. The driver had a special cap and grey uniform. His name was Barney. There were 2 paper bags on the back seat. "Goodie bags," said Barney. "Just like at the Oscars, eh?" If limo had a magic effect on Florida, you should have seen what Oscars did. Apparently when celebrities go to the Oscars or whatever, they're given a full bag of complimentary products. Today, as Florida quickly pointed out, we were celebrities. She leaned back in her seat and looked out at the streets we were leaving behind. "I wonder," she said, "what the ordinary people are doing today." Then she started rooting around in her goodie bag. She found a brand new 4th generation Drax Communications phone, a Draxcom watch, Draxcom sunglasses and a Draxcom t-shirt and box of chocolates with a Draxcom logo on. And like a little girly Game Boy made by Draxcom. I got the phone in my goodie bag too. It was pretty cosmic. It had Dracworlds on it and Draxcall, which lets you use bits of videos instead of a ringtone. Florida made a video ringtone with a crowd in a studio clapping and cheering her name as she was like a guest on a chat show. The rest of the grown-ups goodie bag was different though. Instead of the chocolate and stuff, I got a voucher for a car hire company, a little book about golf courses, and a thing like a blue credit card that helped you work out your stress levels. Mine said relaxed. The sat-nav said, "Now we are cruising along by the bypass. Let's take a moment to listen for a message from your host, Dr. Drax. Hello, lucky winners. I cannot wait to see you all at our secret headquarters, and I hope you're having a comfortable journey. I ran this competition for fathers because I believe fathers have a lot to give. My father, for instance, gave me the Drax Communications Company for my 12th birthday. Bye for now, and see you at a secret location very soon." It turned out that even though Florida knew the names of every single person who'd been on a reality TV show, she'd never heard of Dina Drax. "How can you not heard of Dina Drax? You've got Draxworld on your phone." I didn't know Drax was a person. Thought it was just a word like phone or Mercedes. Mercedes is a person. She was the daughter of the man who designed the car. I've never heard of her either. She's not a celebrity, is she? Otherwise she'd be in the magazines, wouldn't she? Lots of people who are famous aren't in your magazines. Like who? I made a list. It was completely amazing of how many famous people Florida had never heard of. For instance, Rob Pardo, Jeff Kaplan and Tom Chilton. Put my teeth back in now. She'd never heard of them, even though they invented World of Warcraft and revolutionised online games playing Tolkien, Cosmic Order, Lord of the Rings. No. She got confused between Buzz Aldrin, second man on the moon, and Buzz Lightyear, a toy. She recognised Hitler's second name, but she thought his first was Heil. Barney gave a little snort when he heard that. Florida snapped, "Excuse me, what are you laugh?" But she didn't finish a sentence. She just said, "Wow." We'd just driven into a field, and there on the grass where you might expect to see a cow was a big red aeroplane. "That," said Florida, "is a Learjet like John Travolta flies." Barney smiled. "You may not know much about world leaders of the 20th century, but you're definitely up with celebrity transport." "Whose is it?" said Florida. "For today, it's yours," said Barney. I did think that going on a plane might make Florida a bit suspicious, just about where Infinity Park was. But she was so thrilled by the celebrityness of it all, she forgot to wonder where it was going to take her. In fact, before the car even stopped, she was somehow standing on the steps of the plane. I said thank you for the lift and tried to make myself look as dadly as possible. I grabbed a newspaper out the seat pocket and stuck it under my arm and brushed my hair forward. I definitely felt older. When I got near Florida, she spread her arms out and grinned at me. I couldn't figure out what she was doing, and then she hissed, "Photos! Take photos with your phone, it's what dads do." Well, my dad doesn't. Well, mine does. He's like his own personal paparazzi. Paparazzi's when there's more than one. He doesn't correct everything I say either. Next chapter, competitive dadness. There was a small, neat woman waiting at the top of the plane. She had very white teeth and her hair was smooth and back as like Playmobil. She offered Florida her hand and said, "Florida Digby, so pleased to meet you. How does it feel to have one of the 4 best dads in the world?" "Who are you?" said Florida. "I," said the woman. "I'm Dina Drax." Dr. Drax, the woman herself. When it was my turn to shake her hand, I got so excited I forgot to let go of it. She must have thought I was trying to get one of her fingers as a souvenir. I tried to think of something clever to say, but all I could manage was, "I love your phones." A lot of people do, you know, thank goodness. "He's always going on about you," said Florida. All complimentary, I hope. I don't know, I never listened to him, but I love this plane. The plane was impressive, I have to say. It did have a row of seats like a normal plane. It had couches and easy chairs and little tables. There were 3 children down the front and a Galaxy Trader playing on the big video screen. 3 dads at the back on couches. Maybe Florida would like to go and play with the other children while I introduce you to the other dads. Okay. You can let go of my hand now, Mr. Digby. Oh, right, yes, sorry. I hadn't known until then, but Dina Drax was Chinese. Drax isn't a real name. Her real name means something like victorious over life's tribulations, but she changed it to Drax because victorious over life's tribulations didn't fit on the side of a phone. She took me to the back of the plane where the dads were sitting around. One of them was a skinny man with a big fat book about prime numbers. Now I thought I knew about prime numbers because of being gifted and talented, etc. But what I know about them comes from about a page. This book was about 1,000 pages long and he nearly finished it. So he was roughly about 1,000 times cleverer than me. He looked up from the book. "I'm Samson's 2, Father," he said. He pointed over at Samson 2, who was sitting next to Florida, also reading a big fat book. "I'm Liam," I said. But before I could ask him why Samson 2 had such a weird name, he said, "And my name's Samson 1. I'm from Waterloo." "I'm from Waterloo too, but not the one with the neighbouring jungle, the one on the bypass." He went back to reading his book. The next dad had a bald head and a nice blue suit. He gave me a card with his name and phone number on and pointed to a boy who was hugging the games console. "That dear boy," he said, "is my son, Hassan Zanadu, and I'm his father, Edhim. You can call me Eddie." A man with very short hair and a big chest gave a nod. "Martinet, at your service." He took my hand and gripped it so tight I wasn't sure whether he was trying to greet me or initiate unarmed combat. "I'm the father of Max. Max, greet the gentleman." At the far end of the plane, A boy with exactly the same haircut as Mr. Martinet jumped up and gave me exactly the same nod. Max, he's shot for maximum, said his dad. That's what he is, Maximum Martinet. My name's Liam Digby. Please call me Liam, he said. Please call me Monsieur Martinet. Okay. I said, I'm Florida's father. That was the first time I'd ever said it out loud. I could feel everyone looking at me. Any minute now I thought one of them is going to say, no, you're not. You're 12. So I said the most convincing dadly thing I could think of. Anyone watch the match last night? They all answered at once. They need a big defender, said Eddie Xanadu. The back four lack discipline, said, please call me Monsieur Martinet. The laws of probability say that you can't win the Champions League just on goals. Preventing opposition goals is equally important, said Samson One. So easy. I hadn't even seen the match. I just seemed to have a natural talent for being a grown-up. Well, said Dr. Drax, smiling, I must fly. That's my little joke, by the way. I do fly the plane myself. I find the best way to keep our destination top secret. I'm not much of a pilot, though, but I'm sure to pick it up as I go along. Everyone stared at her. Ha ha, just another of my little jokes, she laughed. Caught you again. In fact, Daddy gave me my first flying lesson when I was really small enough to sit on his knee. I'm really rather a good pilot. And off she went to the cockpit. I'm not sure if it's normal for pilots to be jokey like that, but if it is, it's not a good idea. I grabbed hold of my arms of the seat, closed my eyes, and tried to think of the plane as just another ride. Thanks a lot. Cheers.